Welcome back once again. We are set for our first battle, but unfortunately it's not going to be a battle. Tony Angelo is to go against his Drift Alliance brother, that is Chris Forsberg, but Tony Angelo is broken, so you see a solo car, you'll see a solo run. Chris Forsberg automatically advances on to the top 16. Hashtag FDMIA if you're watching at home. I want to see you guys sharing your experience across the globe, if it's Germany, Switzerland, Brazil, wherever you're watching from, or if you're here in the stands. Hashtag FDMIA. Our current points leader, our #1 qualifier, Chris the Force Forsberg, automatically advances on to the top 16. Turk, Dan Savage, Rocket Dan, and Ryan Turk. So Ryan Turk, he's been having some mechanical issues with his vehicle in that Retax Lifestyle Backpacks FRS, but as is Dan Savage. He's back in Formula Drift, and he had some issues with his vehicle in Atlanta, but right now, both of them looking strong. Good initiation. That's that long link that we were talking about, Ryan. As good transition from Turk, but Dan is right there. As Dan Savage is sticking manufacturing RX-8, navigates through the smoke. I mean, and if you haven't seen Turk, you pretty much live under a rock if you're a drifting fan. So Dan Savage initiating Turk a bit back there. So that's what the driver's talking about. A little bit of wavering there from Dan Savage, but Turk could get close in proximity. Dan had a good chase run. Let's see if Dan utilizes the whole course. This is the wall-to-wall I was talking about. Dan doing that. Now transitioning out, powering all the way through the finish line. Nice job as practice. I mean, look, Andy, Ryan, and Brian. One more time. Ryan Lantain says Ryan Turk, and Brian Eggert says Ryan Turk gets the win. Ryan Turk gets the win. JTP, Jeff Jones, Justin Pollock, Jeff Jones, here we go. JTP in that Falcon Tires signature teal and blue Scout Ford Mustang. Nice job by JTP, as he's the naturally aspirated Roush Performance vehicle. Jeff Jones, CX Racing turbocharged V8. Even with the boost, having a hard time hanging with JTP. Man, liking that flick from JTP. I want to Jeff Jones out front, JTP, Justin Pollock giving chase. Right, here we go. Look at Justin Pollock diving in, showing some dominance here. Quite a degree of proximity. Nice job. Man, look at that. Just nosing in. Nose to door. The drivers were talking about a little more difficult to do nose to door, but well executed. Garnishing some applause, or gaining some applause. I'm always corrected by Mr. Barker. So, Barker judges verdict. Andy, Ryan, and Brian going to the judges' scorecard. I have to assume they're going to slide right here for Justin Pollock. And there's Andy, Ryan, and Brian. It's unanimous. Justin Pollock gets the win. Ken Gucci, Robin Ishida. Robin Ishida, both these gentlemen actually running 2JZ, the inline 6 Toyota engines, as Ken Gucci will be leading in that Gretty Performance Scion Racing Scion FRS.
Whoa!
Robin Ishida. What? Wow. Just saying, hey, what's up, buddy? Remember me? Dude, Robin Ishida showing some really uncharacteristic, I don't want to say uncharacteristic aggressiveness, but I like where he's going with this. Dive back in. Wow, look at this. Loving it. Loving it. Come on, Miami. Look at these guys. We're award within the championship. Here we go. Robin Nishida out front, as Gucci now initiates and kind of applies the same aggressiveness as Nishida, but does not maintain that proximity to Nishida in this big sweeping turn. Now coming into view of the judges and the fans, as Nishida wall-to-wall. Nice swing there by Nishida, as Gucci tabulating the scores, and there it is. Robin Nishida gets the win. This man, Dean Carnage Carney, he's flying the Keeley's radial flag, along with Dave Briggs as well. But Conrad Grunwald, I got to tell you, man, I like where he's at. His swing is just nasty. I think we're going to see it very, very comparable to Justin Pollock in that crossover, in that transition area. Conrad Grunwald, Hankook Tires, Top 1 Oil, Megan Racing, Chevrolet Camaro out front. Look at this all-American battle. The Dodge Viper and the Camaro going toe-to-toe. See, that's what I was talking about right there. I like how Conrad's throwing that out. Here we go. Now, Dean Carnage Carney and Oracle lighting Achilles Radial Dodge Viper out front, pulling away from Conrad. Conradical Grunwald, originally from Texas, now living in Monterey, California. Now look at this. Conrad doesn't have that chase down, as Dean Carnage Carney. So Conrad compromised the angle. Man. Drew Fishbin, as waiting for the judge's verdict. One more time. from Andy Yen. Brian Eggert says Dean Carney, and Ryan Lontaine says one more time. They're going at it again. So one more time battle between these gentlemen. Our next battle as Matt Field, who was a no-show in Long Beach. He had some gremlins under his hood, but he's going against 2013 reigning Formula Drift champion Michael Essa. Look at Field get a jump. We do have a restart cone enacted, but Michael Essa chooses not to use it. Basically, the vehicle would need to stop before the yellow cone on the side or the orange cone on the side. As Field, a huge gap here. Wall to, not wall. Got to go over the track. Now, I know Essa was having a little bit of issues yesterday. We'll see as Essa a little more comfortable out front, but if Field can harness that horsepower and wrangle it in, and we've seen him just have these moments of gloriousness as he went against a few heavy hitters. He's kind of the dark horse. Matt coming from left field. He will be chasing down Michael Essa. So remember, we'll revisit the Conrad and Carney battle, the Grunwald and Carney battle, I should say, as Essa throws it in, as does Field. He's right there. I mean, that's what really separates those that are going to advance on. I mean, I think that that's, you know, usually I say end it with an exclamation point. This track, you really have to begin, set precedence for the rest of the course. Essa going wall to wall. Field back in it. So here we go. There it is. Matt Field gets the win. Matt Field gets the win and advances on to the top 16, taking out our former champion Michael Essa. Just as you said, not having that good chase job. Field having it, harnessing it, wrangling it in, and wrangling in Essa and taking him down. As Forrest Wang and Dennis Mertzanis. As here we go, Forrest Wang out front, getting us laboratory, originally from Hawaii, now living in Las Vegas. Nice job by Wang as Dennis stepping back. Wang with the 2JZ power under the hood of that S14. Wow, look at that angle. Great job by Wang. I mean, Dennis Mertzanis just back there. You could barely even see Dennis. As here we go, leaving the start line is DMZ. Vanilla Spice trying to throw it in hard. Got some extra Tzatziki there, the Greek drifter. As now look at this, leaving Forrest Wang behind that 2JZ powered S14. Now can't hang with that supercharged V8. You saw. And there it is, Forrest Wang. Forrest Wang gets the win. Forrest Wang advances on, getting us laboratory 2JZ S13. Now, as we'll revisit Dean Carnage Carney and Conrad Grunwald, All-American muscle battle, as the Irish said. So there's the one more time battle between these gentlemen. Male internals under the hood of Conrad Grunwald's Megan Racing Chevrolet Camaro. As look at that, Dean Carnage Carney diving in, nice job. That big long nose, the Dodge Viper housing the 10 cylinders. Can he keep applying that pressure? Conrad, nasty swing. Cars, as Doug says. Dean Carnage Carney, he will be leading as Conrad will be giving chase. Here we go. Send it. Dean Carnage Carney, look at that gap already. So as you said, Ryan, setting precedence on that first chase run. Need to see him closer to each other, but you know, even more so, you saw Conrad with that nice dramatic swing. But I have to say that, you know, yeah, and I mean, that's just a testament to, I mean, look at Conrad qualifies high, he qualifies fourth, and there it is, Dean Carnage Carney. So Conrad qualifies high, but when push comes to shove, or when head-to-head happens, you know, just couldn't hang. So Conrad Grunwald knocked out. Dean Carnage Carney advances on the top 16. Now our next two S14s, two V8 S14s, two very different drivers. Odi Bakshi's, you know, that left foot braking style. Jeff Stoneback, he is a drifter. I mean, as is Odi. We saw him cut his teeth in Vegas and Vegas Drift, and he's made a name for himself here in Formula J. Oh, and look at that, already out of the gate, Stoneback with a little bit of a mistake there. Odie Bakshi's kind of a crawl through that sweeper. It seemed like a little checkup there, but Stoneback. So here we go. Stoneback will be leading as Odie gives chase. Let's see if Odie can hang with this Formula Drift rookie. Is he going to spectate or is he going to dominate? As Stoneback now looking a lot more comfortable out front, but Odie, as we've seen, we've seen him go against Vaughn Gittin Jr., give a phenomenal chase as well as getting chased. But Odie going well as Stoneback. Look at Stoneback smoking it out. Listen to those 16 cylinders per on track. So here we go, Stoneback, Odie Bakshi's the judge's scoring card. This will be officially a halfway point. One more time from Andy Yen. Man, he likes those one more time. Stoneback, says Brian Egger and Ryan Lantain. One more time, they're going at it again, Ryan. So it's a one more time battle moment. But this is Danny George and Vaughn Gittin Jr. These guys, they've shared some blows against each other. But Bryn Need for Speed watching, 18 Fab. Hey, remember, be sure to go by Tyler McCory's booth and you could win a GoPro at 345. Here we go. Vaughn Gittin Jr. out front. Monster Energy Nitto Tire. Ford Mustang RTR. He's going to be leading as Danny George.
Ooh, just made it. Just
right before the cone.
That was literally about a foot in front of the cone.
So Ryan, if we can explain to the fans the restart cone.
So if you take a look at the two cones on either end of the course, what you'll see there is a restart cone. Now, how that works is the chase driver, at any time that he feels like he did not get a good launch, can stop. Now, he needs to come to a complete stop before those two cones, and we will restart them. Now, for Vaughn, it could be challenging because, you're burning through tires pretty quick, so you don't want to see that happen too many times. And here we go. We got a clean one.
That's a clean start. Here we go. So, both these guys V8s as now Danny George dives in. Vaughn Gittin Jr., great amount of angle. Danny George, a little bit of wavering there. And the gap being pulled between these two vehicles. Danny George hanging tough. As Vaughn Gittin Jr. pulls away from Danny. Will be leading as Vaughn gives chase. Little staggered setup here. Now Vaughn Gittin Jr. unprecedented 6 podiums out of 7 rounds of competition. Oh, wow, look at that. Even with the gap, Vaughn Gittin Jr. compensating for that. A bit of strategy there. I don't know if it's going to come into play here, but now slowly inching closer and closer, getting that proximity as Danny George. Look at that angle. Not going wall to wall. Fails to go where the judge asked him, kind of middle of the road, Ryan, as now Vaughn Gittin Jr. catches up to him. Both two gentlemen, very active on the social media, on the webs. As Vaughn Gittin Jr. unanimously gets the win, takes out Danny George. Vaughn Gittin Jr. says, who's Danny George? I just took him out. There you go. So unfortunately, Danny George knocked out in that V8 Miata. So Danny George parks in. He's going to have to watch from the side as Vaughn Gittin Jr. continues in to the top 16. So here we are back with this all S14 V8 battle. Odie Bakshi's, Jeff Stoneback. Stone Cold, Jeff Stoneback. As Odie Bakshi's. Here we go. Odie Bakshi's out front. Initiates into that first turn, the big long link. Both these gentlemen working it. There we go. A lot more poise from Stoneback. A lot more commitment there as they come into view. Nice job by both these gentlemen transitioning. Man, Odie just hitting switches. Look at that. Stoneback applying the pressure. Formula Drift rookie. Remember, you can vote for the Rev'd Award. Hashtag Rev'd Award. Who you think is the favorite driver? Vote all season. $2,000 up for grabs. Hashtag Rev'd Award at Rev. Jeff Stoneback. Is he revved up right now? Looking strong, but as does Odie. Oh, Odie finding a pothole there. As Stoneback. Nice job there. Odie leaving it out a bit too long. You saw him almost similar to a Conrad Grunewald moment where he left it out there a bit too long.
And good move. Wow. Look at this, Jared.
And look at that. Jeff Stoneback unanimously gets the win. Stoneback, the Formula Drift rookie. So here we go, sending cars. Jonathan Castro. Jonathan Castro versus Mats Berbo. Mats Berbo 2013 Formula Drift Rookie of the Year. As Castro leading out front, Progresso, Metaldan, Hankook tires, 350Z operated, 370Z operated by Chris Forsberg Racing. Swinging wide, nice job. Now remember this big four-door vehicle, not as nimble. I mean, I love the dynamic looks of it. It has this wide, dramatic swing, being that Mats Bederbo will be leading, Jonathan Castro will be giving chase, and away they go. So here we go, Mats Bederbo, a slow roll out of the gate and then pours it on. Look at that early initiation for Mats. I like that. How does Castro manage? Fairly well. Big straightening there by Mats as he came in, shallowed up, closing the door on Castro. How's he going to finish? Look at that, wall-to-wall from Mats Bederbo, but Castro is right there. A good showing by Castro. Well, we'll see, but yeah, I mean, that huge barge, and it looks like, yes, he does. Jonathan Castro advances on. Castro moves on to the top 16. Fredrik Osbo, Matt Kaufman. Fredrik Osbo, the Norwegian hammer, him and his team. 90 minutes they did a motor change. They basically had a long block swap yesterday. Yep, we're ready to go. We're good, Doug. As Matt Kaufman, Roush Yates powered. I mean, this thing sounds beautiful. Roush Yates engine under the hood of this Matt Kaufman Maxxis Tires S13. He's from the Pacific Northwest, competes in the Golden Gate Drift Series, which the gentleman actually, Formula Dread, who's on the start, dreadlocks under the lid, as he snaps an Instagram there. Osbo pulling away. As cool as it is, the four-cylinder turbo outpowering Kaufman right now. Is he getting phased here by the Norwegian hammer? As Kaufman tries to tighten it up, Osbo, like I talked about, danced above the dirt as Kaufman gets into it. So here we go. Matt Kaufman throwing it in. Nice job, lead out front. Look at the dust. That brown smoke is not what you want. Yeah, it might match the livery of his vehicle. Nice job by Kaufman. Whoa! Oh, man. Every time. There it is. Fredrik Osbo gets the win. Fredrik Osbo knocks out Matt Kaufman. Here's our next matchup. Alec Hondale, local driver. Carl Rydquist, both living that turbo life. Dude, Alec absolutely on fire yesterday, gaining a lot of respect and a lot of handshakes yesterday, qualifying 10th. Carl Rydquist, he was in Pro 2 yesterday, had some issues with his vehicle. Alec, no issues at all right now, on fire. As Alec comes in, Rydquist, spoke too soon. Sorry, didn't mean to curse you, Alec. As Rydquist finishes out the course, as kind of decent as Rydquist's run was in the chase, he'll have the advantage. So, man, what happened there? Is that an absolute brain fart, or did he have an issue as well? I think I kind of cursed him. Darren McNamara, but Alec, hopefully he gets it back together. He will have that deficit. But Kenny Moen, so smooth, battle. Kenny. Yeah, I mean, this is two very fast drivers, two fast vehicles, S14s, two different builds. Two JZ under the hood of the Achilles Radial S14 to Kenny Moen, and then a turbo V8 under the hood of Darren McNamara, that Falcon Tires S14. Look at, see Darren just lunge forward as Kenny Moen. He's out there quite a bit too, man. This is a good one. Darren McNamara touching some dirt though, compromising the wide swing to get closer to Kenny Moen. So we are finding out, Ryan, that that Alec Hondale, his steering rack has just exploded. So he did have an issue there. Alec pulls off the course as we saw. So unfortunately, that is he is retired. He is done. So that means Carl Rydquist gets the win. Carl Rydquist, the Road Race Engineering 350Z, gets the win and advances on to the top 16. So man, what a bummer for Florida resident Alec Hondale. Ninjuku Racing S14 strong showing yesterday, qualifying 10th, looking for big things from little Alec, man. So here we go, back to the action. Kenny Moen, Darren McNamara. McNamara will be out front, turbocharged V8 S14. Kenny Moen giving chase, living that turbo life. Darren McNamara initiates. Kenny Moen now slingshotting up to the back bumper of D-Mac. Kenny Moen looking strong. D-Mac using the whole course. But Kenny Moen, nice showing. Nice showing, Moen. Again, all these points accumulated to the Turbo Life of the Garrett Turbo Cup. Kenny Moen gets the win. Kenny Moen from Norway gets the win. Scrutinizing each run as Charles Ng and Dave Briggs. Charles Ng from Hong Kong, running that supercharged V8 G37 maximum attack. He's on Achilles radials, as is his Achilles radials teammate Dave Briggs from Canada. Dave Briggs running the SR power under the hood of his S14. So here we go, Ng and Briggs. So Ng out front. Good initiation from Ng. Briggs needs to sharpen up and tighten up his line here, as now gets it close, but Charles Ng ricochets out of that first slipping point. And through the finish line is Charles Ng. Achilles radial S14 leaves the start as Charles Ng. Wow, bit of a jump there for Briggs as now Ng tries to get back up. Wow, look at the smoke coming out Briggs' car. Just lighting him up. Nice job. Good squat from Briggs as Ng. Look at that, maximum attack, living up to the name on his vehicle. And Charles Ng says, or sorry, Andy Yen says Charles Ng, Dave Briggs, Ryan Lontaine. So Brian Eggert says Dave Briggs gets the win. Dave Briggs gets the win, advancing on to the top 16. So Tyler McCory will be out front. That GoPro Hankook tires, Mobil 1 Chevrolet Camaro. GT radials underneath the RX-8. Woo! McCory lighting him up, using the whole course, closing the door on Mohan. Little bit of redemption here from McCory as he failed to make the head-to-head battles in Atlanta. The RX-8 of Kyle the Menace Mohan. Here we go. Good initiation. Tyler McCory right there. Is that too aggressive? I mean, that's probably the tightest and closest initiation we've seen, and he maintains it, upholds it with that bow tie, dressed to impress. But Mohan, look at that. Oh, McCory drops it in. Woo! McCory absolutely stellar. Probably the best killer crossover formation. Great job by McCory. Stunning job.
Let's go to the replay, Jared. Take a look at this one more time. Kyle Moen out front. Tyler McCory in the chase position. Initiation into the first inside clip. Moving uphill are both drivers. Tyler McCory so close right here. The judges always pay for proximity. And you can see right here, Kyle Moen transitions into that second part of the course. And coming into the third inside clip, Tyler McCory was not shaken at all. Stayed with him the entire time. Very aggressive move in the chase position. Took a lot of risks there, but I think it's going to pay off for him.
So as we wait for the verdict from these gentlemen, I have to assume McCory's going to get the win. It was a good showing by Mohan, but just dominance by McCory. And there it is, The Rock, Tyler McCory, advances on to the top 16 with our last battle of top 32. No, that's not Daijiro Yoshihara. That is the King of Spring Break, Pat Gooden, going against Chelsea Denofa. Both these guys, Turbo by Garrett Turbo Life, going for that Garrett Turbo Cup, as Denofa uses all the PSI under the hood of his BC Racing BMW, ditching Pat Gooden, and then Juku Racing Turbo V8. Denofa using the whole course. Nice job, almost hitting the white line on both sides, and now the white smoke filling the air. Both these guys, BC Racing as Pat Gooden. Final potential battle of top 32. Pat Gooden out front, King of Spring Break. Is he going to be wearing the crown, or is he just going to be holding the scepter there for Chelsea Denofa? Pat Gooden now dialing it in, tight on that clip. Nice job. Coming the crossover, white line to center of the course. As Chelsea Denofa applying the pressure. King of Spring Break, Pat Gooden. Well, Ryan, here we go. This is the verdict here. I have to assume Chelsea's going to get the win, and unfortunately, he does for Pat Gooden. But Chelsea Denofa gets the win.